Good morning, traders. Yesterday, you guys saw the red light. What will it be today? Find out. We'll see what's going on. I can tell you right now, I think Tesla's going to get through that 200 today, team. I know I've been a bear. I've fought it a couple times. I've made some money. But today might be the day. Do we get the 200 breakout? Find out right here on Live Trading.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. I mean, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Good morning, traders. Let's go ahead. Let's get to the action. Let's bring on, we got the Phoenix trader today, as Ryan will be on a little vacation. So I hope Ryan isn't listening in right now. I hope he's snoozing all right? He has Buddy on.
You got to get ready for the Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah. He's putting in his time, right? I hope he's getting some of that shut-eye time. And it's good to see you guys all in the chat. I did see a lot of you guys say good morning, so it's good to have you guys here. Like always, smash the like button to get us started, as once we get to the trading action, a lot of times we forget about that spot. But let's get to the market overall. I'm going to take a look at the SPY. You guys can see that we just kind of keep holding the trend, right? Look at the 9 EMA pullbacks. Look how we've gotten one expansion above, pull back to the 9 EMA, 2 expansions above, pull back to the 9 EMA, 3 expansions above, pull back to the 9 EMA. I'm just watching for that 9 EMA really for some closing action below that to maybe show me a little bit of a turn. But right now, you guys got to look at it as the market doesn't want to turn. And this looks very similar. The only time that I can ever compare this to was what? The pandemic low, when everybody was saying, well, we don't get V bottoms. Well, it looks like we definitely got a V bottom in the pandemic. You guys can say that now, right? And then what happened, right? Well, a lot of times when this kind of happened in the pandemic time, we went off the outlook that, well, the Fed is backing up the trucks and having liquidity out there, right? That's why we got up there. But we never turned around. There was a lot of people in that first kind of lift that were expecting that turnaround coming right back down to those pandemic low, and that never happened. So logic, we can throw it out the window right now. Forget logic, right? Logic says it's coming back down. If you don't care about that logic, well, it could just keep ripping. Right now, we're in euphoria stage, and it doesn't mean that this has to change. For right now, the euphoria can continue as long as what? Inflation doesn't change. As long as inflation still stays on the trend to the downside, well, I think you're going to have this rosy market outlook. Does this mean it's correct? That doesn't matter, right? And it doesn't really matter. The only thing that we can look at is price action. So we'll see if we continue to get the rip today. A lot of stocks making move. Tesla's going to be on the watch, right? We tried to come down. We tried to break down yesterday to that 190. And what did we do? Look how quickly it came down to that support and bounce right off of that. So that just tells me more and more how Tesla just wants to rip. It just wants to. We'll see what happens today. All right, that's going to do it at least on Tesla. I'll get into some different stocks in a little bit. Let's go over now to the Phoenix trader and see what he's taking a look at on the day.
What is going on? Good morning to you. Good morning to the chat. Let's go ahead and talk about Tesla, since that's where I believe you left off here. 198 crack is what I've got here as well. If we already got my alert set, if we can go ahead and crack it, I'd be interested on that, especially on the 15-minute and possibly on the 5 as well. You can see how many times we've tried to get through it cleanly and just have not been able to. So that's what I've got on my radar. Let's take a look at Google. What a nice little spike down, going right to the support of that 102.01 that we've set levels on already, that we've talked about for the past 2 days, and you already got a bounce of about 70 cents. If you're looking to go short short Google, my apologies, I would wait for the crack of this 102 and then wait for that retest, and then let's play this puppy all the way down to about the 101s and then the 100s on ticker GOOGL. If you're looking to place alongside, I would say a crack of about 104, 104.36 could be an area, but I'm more interested on the short than I am on the long side of things. Microsoft AI has been the theme for so long. This puppy has just continued to rise, and rise. Not necessarily sure where I would want to go long on this one. Sure, you could do the pre-market highs, but to me, it's not the cleanest. But if you're looking to go short, I would say you got to wait for a break of about 268. You can see it was support, excuse me, resistance, resistance. I would expect this to be support. If it does crack, however, you can continue to try and play this to the short side of things. Netflix 355 is what I'm waiting for on a crack in terms of trying to play this one to the downside. If we do go ahead and get that crack and a retest, I'd be interested going short there. Uber, you had earnings there yesterday, or excuse me, you had earnings, and you've got a pre-market pop here this morning, so you know you want to go ahead and take it. This is a clean level here at 38. If you want to go long, you can take a look at 38. And let me also pretend to do some drawing here. You got a bit of a trend line here. Let's make that a little bit cleaner. There you go. So let's see if this trend line kind of holds, but a pop above 38 and the retest is where I would like to be long on Google, excuse me, on Uber. Good gracious. Is it Friday already? I'm not quite sure. Um, Ironically, it's Wednesday, so we're actually a couple of days away. But anyway, Uber, you're looking at 38 bucks. Already got my alert set. We'll see how that one plays out. Let's get and take a look at Meta. As Meta, you can see that you've got the 194. That's going to be a little bit of resistance here on this side of things. But if we do go ahead and crack 187.85, I'd be interested in going to the downside on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the futures real quick. On this one here, it was interesting. Yesterday, we drew this level here, right? The 41.60, and you can see how that kind of held as support. And once it finally cracked, you got a retest. Did not hold so far. Comes back to the 41.50s and bounces right from there. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on the futures. I personally would like to see a crack of the 41.50s and then the retest. And on that retest, you could try to play this for about 10 points to the downside on this one here. And then let's go ahead and take a look at AMD. You've got resistance right here at 88.92. Besides that, I'm not quite sure where you try to play this long. Maybe if it goes ahead and stays above 86 in bases, you can try to play this one to the upside for 2 to 3 points. But besides that, I would try to stay away from AMD. Taking a look at NVIDIA here, this has kind of been a nice little high flyer. Yesterday, that 212 level held, and to the upside we went. This chart is a little not as clean as I would like, so I'm going to go ahead and stay away from NVIDIA here. Amazon, we talked about yesterday. We actually got a chance to play Amazon yesterday, especially you can see the $100 test right here. You got a chance to scalp this puppy for at least 50 points or so. So that has been kind of really cool on ticker AMZN. And once we popped above, I think the cleanest one was when we kind of popped above this $100 held, and then you kind of started your move to the upside. Now you can see it's kind of just chilling right there around this area of 102s or so. 101.50. So we'll see how this one kind of plays out to the downside if it does break it. But of course, all eyes for me are going to be on this $100 break. If we break 100 and we retest it, I'd be interested in going short on that one. Let's see what else we've got here. Carvana, 13 bucks is the area that I was trying to play it as. I'm not going to try to play that one today. I don't think I'm going to get out of that one. AI. So the level that, remember I told you guys yesterday, if you're looking for a dip by AI, for the level to keep an eye on would be this 23.47. And then that's, thankfully that level there kind of held right here. I think, matter of fact, I did play this one. I think I played it a couple of times. May have gotten stopped out, then I got back in. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Did go ahead and play this one a few times. So you can see all my purchases right around this area of 23.53s, 23.72s, give or take. And then I finally kind of scalped it a little bit here and there. I think I took a loss on one of the scalps, made money on the other one, but finally, I went ahead and sold 200 shares at 24.22 on the bounce on the ride up. So let me go ahead and do that because it makes it a little cleaner. But anyway, and then you can see we kind of dropped below, but when we reclaimed it with volume, we continued moving to the upside. Now we're above it. So if you're trying to play this one to the long side, I would go ahead and wait till the $26 level. If you can't get past 26 on the 5, 10, or 15 minute, I would kind of stay away from this one. Make sure your stops are tight, accurate. Your shares aren't too crazy because this one can easily go down. It can easily continue to skyrocket, whatever the case may be. If you're looking to go short, however, this break of 23.47 is going to be key for us to go ahead and try to play this one. Cat, we've tried to play this around the 250 area. Tired of playing that one, so I'm going to let that one go. Netflix and everything else, I think we've already talked about the Qs. The 310 level, you had a little resistance, popped above, but it came right back down, so that'll be kind of an area focus. And of course, you had such long wicks, and everything was crazy with the whole Powell situation. I'm not quite sure where I would try to play this one, so I'm going to stay away from the Qs for now. and we can see how things go. Apple, someone wants me to take a look at. Let's check out Apple here. Let's go and remove all of these levels and these drawings so we can see if we can get a cleaner look at things. And I don't necessarily have one besides the 155.27. 120, excuse me, I'm sorry, Chad. I know I've been messing up tickers and prices, but if you've been here long enough watching us, you know that I do this on a daily basis. My apologies. 155.27 is an area to keep an eye on if you're trying to play this puppy to the long side, right? And if you can get it to the long side, then of course you've got resistance right over here around the 157.25. So you've got a little bit of wiggle room there. Right now you have support that's holding here at the 153.60. Let's take a look at BABA as well, because I know that one had a little bit of move to the upside. What do you know? I didn't even draw this line just now. This is my first time taking a look at BABA, and the lines that we drew and crayons and everything else here at the 109.80s has held to the dot as we've come on down to the downside. And the reason I had drawn this, just so everybody knows, is because you had support that kept being held here at this 110 area, and then once we finally cracked, you can see that that support turned into resistance, whoop, pow, and then just came right back down. Oh man, Mitch isn't here to enjoy that soundtrack that I just did, but that's quite all right. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much what I've got. Let's see, we've got about 2 minutes till the opening bell. Let's see, GNS. Go ahead and erase these drawings because there's quite a few of them. See if I can take a cleaner look on GNS. I don't necessarily have anything that I am interested in here, unfortunately. So $8, obviously, but we're about $1.50 away. $6 if we crack that. You can take a look at some downside momentum. I apologize, I don't have anything on GNS that I personally would take and or like. ELF, UT. Let's see what we've got on this one. Let's go to a little bit of a higher time frame. So obviously you're making recent highs. Matter of fact, is it anywhere near? No, there's no way. It is all-time highs. Okay, we've got possibly blue skies here on ELF. You should be keeping an eye on the 72 for support, right, on a retest. But I think if you go ahead and try to get in this one and it breaks 71, you got to get out. So I think you're looking at about $1 stop loss on ELF. If you can get it closer to 72 entry, that would be your best case scenario. That is the opening bell. Good luck to everybody. Let's lock in on some SPY and see which way we want to go. Of course, your pre-market lows are around this 413s. What's up, buddy? 413 is what we're looking at in the SPY. And let's do it stronger here. So the SPY is not about 0.5%. You've got NVIDIA that's a bit strong here, trying to pop above the 226. Nothing happening there. You've also got Amazon trying to stay afloat above the 102.38s that it's currently doing. What? Oh, wow. I mean, hey, sign up for an OnlyFans, will you?
Right? Come on, Hendrix. You at least got to get paid for that, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on.
Microsoft. I think we talked about Microsoft and how that one just continues to go. I don't necessarily have a clean look at, but you do have NVIDIA here. And let me actually, there we're good there. Let me do this. Give me one moment, gentlemen. Oh, let me just go ahead and
all right, let me check on my swings. I got one on right now, but you guys know we took the natural gas yesterday. It's down a little bit. At 867, willing to add down below towards 840s, 825s, going to hold off the $8 risk. We'll see what happens there on UNG. Let's start looking around. Let's start taking a look to see what we're going to get here. Tesla not making too big of a down move here out the gate. I'm starting to even think they could just ramp back up here. I'm trying to be patient, on the day, right? Don't want to jump the gun. Microsoft going higher. Did you hear what happened to Google?
I did not.
Looks like I haven't confirmed this, but at least from what was reported, it looks like when they had their event today to release the AI,
yeah,
and it got the wrong answer.
I gotta see this. Hold on.
Oh man! So
what's it called? Google's what's it called?
Bard, BARD AI, Bard A. We'll see. I gotta see. What it did, but I haven't seen it yet. I was live when it happened, so It's a little bit harder, right?
That's crazy. Wow. Okay. I'll read up on that a little bit later. But yeah, that makes sense if that's the reason that it came down from 106s all the way down there. But anyway, nonetheless, here we go. Let's keep on checking on stocks that we've kind of locked in on. Obviously, none of our alerts have gone off. So that means, ooh, the closest one that I can see is going to be the GOOGL. And see if that one wants to give us an entry to the downside. We're going to start off with the 5-minute and see how that puppy goes. All right, come on. Let's see. Oop, there it goes. And there is Google. That's going to be our focus for now. You see the 5-minute crashing. We are not going to
taking a
chase it
hit.
here. We're going to see if we can go ahead and get a retest to the upside.
Tesla going down now. We'll see what happens, team. Did they buy the dip today? It'd be that day, right, where I'm thinking Tesla goes to 200, that it cracks, right? Could be that day, right? Well, I'll tell you what, team. I'm not going to be on the short side so much right now, unless the SPY really breaks. I'm still on the long sides right now.
And see, this is why we don't want to chase that short, because we know that these wicks can happen. That's why we stay patient. We wait for the setups to happen.
A lot of times what happens is you get these pullbacks that wash out opening buys, right? And then what happens is you get the buy the dippers that come in on levels. Like let's say on Tesla, maybe there's some buy the dippers at the 195, right? Well, you blow through that really quickly. You go to 194 and 31s. Some people even buy there and then sell out as it wicks through. And then all of a sudden they're caught on that pullback and then the trade goes higher, right? Well, we'll see if we go back with a red to green move there in Tesla as you're starting to work back here towards 195.50s. We'll look to see if we get towards 196.50s.
We got about 14 seconds.
Looking around. Microsoft was green to begin with, just to kind of point that out.
Yep. It's about 3%. You've got Google that's obviously coming down here at the 101.17. So they got 2 minutes till this candle closes. Cool. Perfect. Now the game plan is to go short at 101.86 and 101.94s. Total shares short, it's going to be about 125. And then we'll have a stop loss of about 50 cents or so. That's where we're going to stop out here. And Microsoft just continues to keep on going as they made a heavy, heavy investment into AI. And just what a ripper. What a ripper to the upside. No given.
EMPH, big pullback on that first move. For solar is pulling back on that first move. They did have earnings. EMPH kicked it out the waters, was up about 7% after hours yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Looking around, team, also out the gates, if you guys got those smaller plays, you know, that's not really just the best type of plays that Zunaid and I look at. So if you guys have any of those, throw them up in the chat today. We'll need you guys to help out with that, right?
Yeah, the one that I was keeping an eye on, there it is, was CELZ, which the 142 was resistance for me. And that's exactly where it goes in the markets and comes right back down. Now, you've got to hope for this 120 to hold. If that doesn't, the next area is going to be $1. So matter of fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to see if I can kind of purchase here. Let's purchase about 200. And let's have a stop loss at about 89 there. Let's see if we can get $100 out of it. And let's see if we can do a similar story. All right, looks like our AI is crossing those levels that we had there as well. Excuse me for a second while I go ahead and take care of that. Cool. So there are my orders there on ticker CELZ. Looking to buy at the dollar level. It's 103, 101. Stop loss is going to be approximately 77 and 80. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want it to be 89s. 88s. Why does it keep doing that?
Tesla trying to get to 197 right now. Just clicked it. We'll look for pullbacks. I'm looking for pullbacks to the VWAP bounce type of trade. We'll look for a pullback towards 95.75. I'll look to start risking off the 95s on this. Going to look for long here opportunity. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's go ahead and focus in on AI since that one just went off. There it is. There's a pop above. Now we wait. We wait for this 5-minute candle to close. Let's go ahead and also take a look at Google. Ticker GOOGL has not quite come back to retest our $102 spot in terms of resistance. Currently trading at 174. Maybe it doesn't give a chance for us to go ahead and come right back up. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla's. That one's looking to move towards the 198.
It's pushing.
What are we going to do? What are we
I
going to
was
do?
looking for the pullback to VWAP. I might not get it, right? It did do that red to green move already. I could have jumped in there at 196 right when it was coming back through the VWAP, but I was looking around at like Google and Microsoft, different stocks. So I missed that 196 move. I'm looking for a pullback slightly below 196 right now to jump in the party. We'll see what happens.
AI, again, about a minute or so away from it. I'm going to wait for this 5-minute candle to close, and then I'll look to see if I can enter on this ticker here.
198s now showing up on Tesla. I want to see those guys get trapped there at 198s and it pulls back to me at 196. We'll see what happens there if it does do that before it wants to get to 200. If it just goes right now, so be it. It's not really one of my patterns unless I was buying off of 195. I know a lot of people are shorting off that 195. I know because I've been one of those. So I can at least tell you that they probably caught some of those shorts right out the gates. And now you're seeing them get squeezed a little bit.
Tesla popped above. So that's making a nice little move.
I'm trying.
I'm going to wait for basing. I'm going to wait for some basing around this 198.
Yeah.
And of course, $200, you can expect that to be resistance.
Stock that started a little bit stronger. And when we take a look at it today, CRM, it's been going sideways for a little bit, has been a really strong stock, could push right back towards 178. Looking around to see what's going to get into the green right now. I see technology just slightly getting into the green there. That's actually 0.1 still in the red there. Basic materials, energy leading the way on the upside. I got out of my XOM trade yesterday. Glad I got out of that trade. What would it have done? It would have became a loser. What did we do? Break even on the swing trade. I'm out of that trade. And I think it's very important not to have losers on swing trades after first profits. That's one of my major rules, and I try to follow it on every single swing trade. If I've taken some profit at that point, break even, get out. It doesn't cost me anything to get out. What costs me is that risk side. Lucid says Becca.
Yeah, Lucid has gone ahead and
reclaimed
the $12 area there.
I like that look. Let's see if we get a pullback there towards 1190s, 1180s. It could just keep going through the 12s here. At least it's getting a little bit of a lift. I'm with you on the bullish side for Lucid, especially if you look on the hourly charts, right? Hourly charts, they have a lot of hold right underneath it towards that 11, kind of 1150 area. Now you tried to cut through that this morning. You reclaim that 1150. As long as 1150 holds right now, I think you're looking bullish and Lucid. We'll see if that can continue higher. I'd be looking for pullbacks towards the VWAP around 1180s, 1190s for that pullback to hold and then get that next push through 12. Did Tesla pull back yet? Not yet. I'm still looking for a team. I actually have one order just sitting there around 195.75 just to give you guys the outlook, right? It's only one of the orders, so that's for like a quick pullback fill opportunity. We'll see what happens if it can continue higher. And you guys heard it pre-market. I was looking for the run to 200 today. We'll see if we get it, right? I might not even get into the trade. As like always, it's all about execution, right? We'll see what happens.
I've got a couple of orders ready to go on AI. It's already just got filled on a measly 25 shares. However, I am looking to get filled another 150 here if I can at 26.03. This was a breakout level that we had identified. Now we're above it. Now I want the retest to the 26.06s, 26.03s, and the stop loss for me is going to be below when it cracks 25.50s. And then, of course, we're going to look to take profits. Let's go and identify those levels, actually. We're going to look to take gains right around, let's see, I'm going to wait probably till about the 28s or so, but let's wait till that gets filled and we'll identify it from there. But that's what we've got going on. You, of course, Tesla smacking right back down. If you like this area, again, this is a tough battle. Will we hold is the question. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a crack at it.
Looking at the percentage changing in like the options, I'm trying to see if there's just like people pushing on options right now.
All right, I'm in Tesla 25 shares, looking to sell at about 199.73s.
See if I can get the pullback here to the VWAP. VWAP starting to move up on Tesla. It shows us how much volume is coming in here near the top. I think a lot of volume started coming in on the 198 area. So some people trying to load up there in the 198. They're trying to push it to the 200 right now. I'm going to look for a nice little quick whoosh down to try to wash some of them out, and then I'll try to jump into party. See. Microsoft pulling back there. Didn't even come back to the VWAP. That's something to note. SPY pushing higher to 414s, 430s. We could keep pushing, right? Google did pull down. Who knows? The buy the dippers could come in Google, even though it got hit with that news. You never know. It could turn right back around. We'll see what happens there. Microsoft pushing higher. Let's go through some of the earning stocks of the day. I'm going to try to run through those really quickly for you guys. You had Uber, right? Uber, good news this morning, pulling back strong this morning. Will this find the buy the dippers? If I'm looking for a dip buy area, I'm looking towards 36 or 35.80s, pullbacks on the hourlies towards resistance from about 5 in the morning. Chipotle also this morning got hit hard. Will this come right back? It's looking like it's trying to set up for a move higher. Don't forget, though, on Chipotle, this is a more expensive stock. Tesla trying to get through that 199. We'll see if it gets through there. There's 199.25s. Can it get towards the 200? Feels like it's going to get there. We'll see if we get there today. At least I flipped, I think, bullish on Tesla, and I think that's what you have to be, flexible, right? If it didn't want to come down yesterday through that 190, that told me a lot that we could get the test back to resistance. We're getting that test right now, and resistance is resistance until it isn't, team. Rule of 3 still held yesterday. Now it could go through that 200 and be that fourth attempt. We'll see if we get through there and get to the 205.
Skippity
That's kind of the level that I think you can get. We'll see if we get it.
Tesla went ahead and hit the 200, so we went ahead and got our gains on that one. So we locked in some money there as Tesla's looking to cross above 200. You've also got some bullish flow coming into Tesla that's going to expire next week for the $200 calls. You've got approximately, where is it? About $200,000 worth. Nothing too crazy there. But anyway, our profit taking works on Tesla. Let's lock back in on AI. Unfortunately, we did not get filled on our 2603. So we just go ahead and cancel that and hang out with the 25 shares that we have. And I'm going to just kind of sit tight, see if I can go ahead and let's see. I'm going to see if we can sell it around the 28s or so.
Well, at least there you guys have it. It hit there. And then now you're getting that Lucid pullback. So if you guys like the Lucid pullback that's getting right now off the 1190s, like the pull down if it gets towards the 1180s, it could just hold here in the 90s, push back through 12. So just watch kind of the price action there.
Bro, Google, can you please just fill me short? Just come back and test it. Just come on.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just go up another 40 cents and let me go short.
Kind of like the scalp there for Lucid, but I'm not a scalper type team, so I'm not going to get in here. I'm looking at it. Literally, I had my hand on the trigger about to buy it there at 1196, but that's not my style. And when it's not my style, I got to always keep myself in check there. There's Tesla 200, and I missed the move today, team. Was looking at some other trades, but I hope that somebody out there was able to nail that over 200 move there in Tesla. Red to green move through the 195, recovered that 195. Now holding that, it got up there towards almost 201 there, 299. We'll look to see if it continues through there. This is daily resistance. That's why you're running into a little slowdown. That's that move to the left. That's the high from November 15th, 282, right? Now we're going to look to see a 201 basing. So we're 200 basing. That's what you're looking for. Do you get above resistance? Start making it your support. We'll see what happens here. You want to see expansion of volume through the move. We'll see if we get it. Google could catch the kind of the dip buyers because the market's kind of pushing higher here. Microsoft going higher. What about Amazon? It's been so weak, right? Can this turn back around to the upside? I'm keeping an eye on it today. It's still weak out the gates here. ARKK getting a nice little lift there today. So it looks like risk off play is not looking too bad. Shop looks interesting for me. Yesterday it got hit with Amazon, but it could get the lift today. Get a little love. Looking for a move back above 5150s on Shop. We just got above it. We're just pulling back now. We'll see if we get that next lift. Unity's been strong, right? Look at that trade right now, starting to push back. Looks interesting through 38s. It is already up there towards the 38, so might need a little bit of a pullback on that one. But growth names, risk on type of day as we're continuing higher, and the rosiness out there is staying strong, right? We'll see. There's Tesla 201.75. Hey, at least I'm glad that I flipped to the bull side there as we're getting through these levels. Now the only question is, where does it stop to the upside? You still have continuation that it could keep pushing. Look for 200 pullbacks to hold now as you're there almost to 202 on Tesla. Lucid pulled back there towards 1187. Still hasn't gone through the 12, but I don't think you're going to get that 1180 touch on the VWAP. I think you got to try to take it through the 12s on the next move. We'll see what happens on that one. Not going to jump in front of that one because the big thing for me is it's more of a scalp opportunity, not something for me.
Tesla to the upside, man. Oh, man, this puppy just wants to keep on going. The idea for me now is to be, hey, where do I get back in? A part of me wants to get back in at 200s, but a part of me also wants to wait for the actual retest on the 15-minute at the 198s. I have no clue if I'm going to go ahead and get any of that. So I'm going to lay out of here. Let's go ahead and check in on AI, as that one is up a solid point on our buy-in area. Unfortunately, I did not get filled on the shares that I did want, of about 150 shares at the 26-star level, but that's quite all right. It didn't all the way down for the actual retest, just continued moving on up and up and up. Taking a look at Apple, it's having a little bit of tough time to go ahead and crack above this previous close of 154.65 as that one's coming to the downside. Let's go ahead and check in on Google, as that one did not want to go ahead and give us our fills. Can we please just go short Google? Come on. Let me put my up there for you. That's going to be Google trying to go short at 101.86 and 101.94s. Waiting for our fills patiently.
Amazon rejecting, that could help you if you could get Amazon through the 175s.
Ooh.
We'll see what happens on Amazon. If it gets through that at 175, maybe you get that next move on Google through the low, the 101. Looking around, team, not taking trades right out the gates here. Try my best to also stay off of taking too many trades out the gates. It hasn't been helping me there too much. Baba coming lower there. You guys know how I've been looking for shorting some China names. This doesn't look too bad. I'm starting to see them really break down. Missed the early action, but definitely a breakdown there in China names as you're seeing them continue lower. Even Baidu continuing lower. We'll see what happens on those. NIO coming down there. Be careful there. Lucid now back towards that 1180s. If you wanted that 1180s entry, it went to 1181s. Not looking too bad off the VWAP there, off the 1184s. Would have to come back through 12s. You're looking for that Lucid run here. It doesn't look too bad there, actually. Let's see the volume on that. Did get a little bit of an expansion pop there. I do think some buyers stepped in there towards the 1180 level. Let's see if we can test the support on the chart there. That's going to be a pull down towards the 1177 right now. We get a wick there. It doesn't seem too bad for it to come back through the 1190s. 1190s show up. Look for the volume to increase on the expansion through 12. Tesla pulling back towards that 271 area, 70 area, where it's like the daily resistance. It's trying to act as support right now. We'll see if it acts as support. It takes the next leg up.
What platform do I trade on? Born to be free? TradeStation. So I'm using TradingView, charting, and my actual broker's TradeStation, as you can see right here. And I trade through TradingView, and this is real live money, or else I promise you I'll be taking more than 25 shares on DSLA, as that one's looking to crack above the 203s.
You didn't take 100 contracts at Tesla?
I didn't, bro. I didn't. You know what? That's what I should do. Just like, oh, speaking of which, bro, the homeboy didn't reach out to me, so I'm just gonna need you to intro through.
No worries. I'll probably have to just do it myself, man. No worries. I'm gonna get that on here. No worries.
Yeah, we're gonna
make it happen.
Get that squared away.
We'll set that up. No worries. I got you, man.
Man, let's see here what we got.
Lucid pulling back here for that 77 touch.
Look
Doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem
Look
too
at
bad
that
there.
rejection at 12.13 that we identified early on. And to the downside it goes. Here is AI trying to go ahead and approach the 2780s if we can.
There's that pullback for Lucid. Now just through that 77, trying to hold the 1175s. It's just pulling back here. Look to see if it gets another move back up higher than 1177s. Trying to let it base out here before I
Ooh,
can jump into it.
Amazon. So on Amazon, my game plan was to go short 40 shares here, but grab about another 100 or so if we had a retest of 101.50s. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we did see the trend line break on this one. Now I'm going to see if we can just go ahead and take some gains of 36 bucks. That'll pay for a nice little dinner for us on our little trip. $100.16. Let's see if we can go ahead and get that cover. Dinner, chicken winner. No? Backwards? Doesn't sound as great? I don't think so either. But that's what we've got going on Amazon. Unfortunately, Google did not give us our fills on the 102. So here's the 15-minute. As you can see, it did not quite get to it, and we did not get filled. But in my opinion, the idea worked. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't there, not because of me. It just did not want to come back and give us a clean retest on ticker GOOGL. Let's see what else we've been kind of taking a look at. Here's 200. Ooh, nice little comeback test. So look, if you wanted to grab Tesla, not a bad spot. Matter of fact, maybe I can try a cute little cheeky play. Let's see. Just a quick stop loss is going to be about right here. So we're risking about 25 bucks. All right, we're risking about 25 bucks. And let's see if we can go ahead and make 25 bucks. All right, quick little test here. Because remember, I told you, I don't know if it's 200 is going to be the best area or 198. It looks like it could be 198 the way this is moving at the moment, and we might just lose a quick little 200. Excuse me, not 200, 25 bucks as we go ahead and break the 200 to the downside. Here we go. The next area to keep in mind is
red there at
198.
945. Just to kind of note, we'll see if we get down through 411s on downside action.
Well, so here's what's happening. We're going to lose 25 bucks on Tesla, but we did go ahead and make $38 on Amazon as our profit target has been hit. So you know what? I'll take the I'll take it. Here is AI popping to the upside as well as Tesla flirting with our stop loss at 199.23. What is going to happen? SQL, is that one moving? Yes, it is. Popped above the 150s, currently trading at 163s.
Yeah, my pullback for Tesla is towards 197.50s. I'm just looking at it on the 15-minute base. I'm not trying to get it up too high because I could just feel like I'll just get stopped out. I've been stopped out for chasing Tesla way too many times. So I tried my best to look for pullback entries. I'm looking for 197.50s, but also a little concerning with the SPY just coming down. But I think it's just doing that pullback, giving us an opportunity. I'm going to actually look for it to come back down there closer towards like this 402.75. Give you kind of like that wick and then recovery there at that 412.75 spot. The market loves to be doing these little wick outs where it makes the traders run and then all of a sudden it scoops back up.
Scoop-de doop doop doop. Come on, baby.
All right, what's going on out there, team? Trap Tesla bulls? Do you think so? I mean,
that's funny. EKS says keeping up for your taxes. Hey, look, I'm going to set aside a solid $8 for taxes. All right, don't you worry. Take a look at the I haven't done that here today. I personally have not. Okay, so look, it's still holding those pre-markets, right? At the 413 level. Yes, it peaked up below by about 19 cents, but it still is. So to me, now that's an area to keep in mind. So if we go ahead and crack this in a retest, I'm interested in going short. I don't mind on that one. Here's Tesla popping right back above 200. We're down about $3.50. That's going to be a lot of big reds that we can't get. That one's coming down to the 199.50s. Which way is that going to go? We will find out as AI now trouble getting over that 27.50 area. Oh, you gonna stop me out? Come on, end this misery for me. Take me out of my misery. What are we doing?
Or put you in it, more like it. Come on, don't lie.
What are we gonna do? TSLA.
Fed cook speaking now. The Fed cooking up something. Sony, how will Sony react to that ATVI news? I'm thinking about shorting Sony because it's been a long run. But that would be off like 95s. And it's kind of tough to do it here. It's already coming down a significant amount in the pre-market. Was looking at it, got down a couple of days ago, so we'll see what happens. My big thing with Sony is that I also saw Nintendo's sales for the quarter, and Nintendo's just the Switch is just not selling anymore. Try to get that 200 hold. Got it cut through and then recovery there, right? Didn't get to the VWAP, but you definitely got some traders jumping in there. Bulls have control of Tesla. I really don't think the Bears are going to take control of Tesla. They tried.
Hey, look at that. Almost to the side we went and almost had our profit target. So here's cool. Okay, cool. So we almost had our... Here, let me go quickly draw it before something happens here. So look, almost we got stopped out here. And then we almost went ahead and had our targets hit there. Yes! Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. I'm a dog. Paper gains, baby. Joking. But cool. Tesla worked out. $200 level held enough. Stop loss wasn't hit. And now we kind of see which way we want to go. Is this magic line going to go ahead and hold up as resistance? Ooh, would you look at that? What is going to happen here? You can see that the magic line here on Amazon had not held, right? So as soon as that one cracked, we had the retest in the 1 minute and then to the downside we went. Didn't quite get to 100, but it did get to 110. There should be 10 cents or so. And you got a whole dollar of a move on that one. Google. $100 level has not been tested. It's been getting support at 150 there. Checking back in on Tesla. This is going to be the short-term line to pay attention to. Can we get over this? All right, AI, come on. Come on. Let's make some money. Let's make some money.
AI.
On AI, I'm going to move my stop losses up here now, just in case this one does want to come back down and not actually give us our fills at these 2780s. Netflix moving to the upside. Tested the support area here. Moved on up. Let's see on the 5 minute how clean that was. Nope, not the cleanest. But it did have that retest and then it secured and left. Here's Tesla. Microsoft. Let's see what else. MGAM.
Don't know why Beamer's moving up higher, but could be an AI mention or something.
All right. Here's 2750s on AI. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do you think, chat? Should I take my gains here at 2780? Should we see if we can get it up to 2876s? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. It's not as clean. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see if I can find a better idea. Let's see if we can find a better idea. I'm just going to take gains if I get it. No worries, no worries. Okay, I'm in the Tesla trades. Well, hey, I hope you're also out of the Tesla trades. Hope you're taking in gains and locking in gains as the magic line that we've drawn here continues to be resistance. That's how powerful my drawings are, ladies and gentlemen.
The power of the purple crayon.
The power of the purple crayon, the green crayon. Now what do we do, right? Now, to me, hey, you got to wait for this crack above or the retest of the 198s. TKAT says Jay Wild. I'm not quite sure what you were looking at here. It's a little weird looking on my chart. Obviously, it looks like it's a little bit moving, but unfortunately, I don't really have much for you on DCAT. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY. Still waiting for this crack of about 413s.
I'm liking this IBM on pullbacks. Reason why I like IBM is that I think if there's any company that could probably come out with another AI mention, IBM, right? So I'm thinking about it on a monthly chart here. Have to risk off of like 132. It's about a couple of dollars risk here. It's about $6 risk there, but it can get back towards 150. It's going to be about $14 on the upside. So about 2-to-1 trade here.
Tesla $200 level held. You can see that nice and clean on the 15 minute. So now if you're looking to get in here, should I take another stab at it? You bet you're behind. I will. All right, we're right back in the same trade, and our stop loss is going to be similar as well. So here we go. Looking to make 25, looking to lose 25. It worked out the first time. What are we going to do for the second time? Sorry, I was looking at GNS. I don't really have anything on GNS. I apologize. Obviously, you've got resistance here at 625, the previous close that it needs to get through. If it can get over that, you can get a little bit of momentum. Besides that, I apologize. I don't really have anything on ticker GNS. It's not as clean as I would like. You can try to get in closer to 6 when your stop loss can be right here at 580. So if you want to take a crack at it, you got a 35 cent stop loss. But to me, the momentum is just on a downtrend, right? Like, look at this. We're just kind of lower lows is what we're making here and lower highs as well. So not necessarily a great stock for me to try to get into. Focusing back in here on Tesla, we're up $1. Call your grandma, tell her Big Red is coming. The house. Taking a look at AI, still waiting on that 2780 fill.
Who's the Big Red?
The gum.
Oh,
25-cent gum. Yeah.
All right, well, catching in here, team. I'm still kind of slow to the day. I still haven't even taken a trade. And it's already 10 o'clock, team. So now it's time to kind of hone in and see where the market's going. Right now, market isn't going anywhere. So I'm looking for pullback opportunities on Tesla back down towards 197.50s. But that's just because I want to see the 200 buyers get washed out first before I jump in it. Yeah, that IBM is an interesting one. I didn't take the swing, but I'm fighting myself because I want it, but I don't want it at 136.50s. I want it at 136 because I want to risk about a couple of bucks on this. So I'm trying to improve on the risk and reward before I get in it. We'll see what happens on that one. Still like the monthly. Ooh, dividend is tomorrow. EKS. Now you got something on my radar. That makes it a little bit better. Yeah, ex-divvy in one day. When does this pay out? All right. Record is 210. Payable is March 10th. Let's go. See. IBM. Ex-divvy. Doesn't seem too bad. I'll look for that 136 pullback. Looking at her. I'm looking at her. Caleb trading the Dash. It's not probably doing that bad off the Uber earnings. Did Uber bounce? Oh, Uber still hasn't bounced, team.
QPRX, yeah, to the upside it goes. 523s. Uber, we're waiting for that 38.
Come on, man.
Ooh, yikes. Hello.
Come on, man. Just playing with people in that 200s. Just building up there. Build a bear.
Oh,
Build
here
a bear
comes
workshop,
Tesla.
man.
Here comes Tesla one more time. And look, that magic line once again coming to fruition. Maybe I should have gone ahead and taken profits if I knew that magic line was so magical. Let me go ahead and show y'all that. So we had these lines drawn here early on. And you can see once again, the crayon is strong as we're waiting for a pop above to go ahead and give us another cha-ching, cha-ching to the 25s. Matter of fact, chat, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to move this puppy here. All right, we're going to look to get dessert and not just dinner. All right, we're going to move it up our profit targets. Our stop loss we are not going to do because we are all about risk management here. So we're not going to go ahead and move our stop loss. Now we go ahead and have a little bit of an opium pill. Not opium, hopium pill, excuse me. Where you try to have this one pop above.
What is going on here today?
Hey, this is what happens when our chaperone Ryan isn't here, okay?
I have no moderator.
You got to get a pop above this trend, and then maybe we go ahead and test the highs of 22 plus and some change, but we got to get above this if we do. And see, look at that. Maybe I should have gone ahead and taken my gains because now we're right back to $0. Whatever. We're going to let this trade play out. I ain't worried about it. Let's lock in on AI as we're still waiting on 2780s.
You're the only one taking opium pills, my friend.
Hopium with the H. Mom, if you're watching, it's not, you know what? We'll talk.
Not what you think. It's not what you think.
I'll see you later today. We'll talk, Mom. Don't you worry about a thing.
I saw some video on TikTok. It's like some kid, his mom's like opening up a package that he got from FedEx. And she's like, oh, you got a package from FedEx? Well, I'm opening it. He's like, no, Mom, you're not. No, I ordered some Xbox stuff. Xbox. She's like wrapping it up. She's unwrapping it. And he's like, oh, I don't know what this is. It looks like a plastic vase. A plastic vase. Yeah,
The
we know
bong
what type
one,
of vase
yeah.
it was.
On Carvana, you've got a nice little move above 15s. Now it's 1602s and still continuing. I would wait for the retest of 15. You can see that's where you had a little bit of resistance. Finally cracked above. Wait for that retest on the 16s. If 16 fails and if 1450s can't be held, you can go ahead and sell out of it. Here's Tesla still in this trade. Racer doing its match, but now we don't want it. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do, chat. I'm going to go ahead and have just, a little bit of I'm going to make it a little bit less magical. That way we know where the line is, but hopefully the stocks themselves don't. So hopefully now we've weakened our trend line.
What is going on
Hang on a
today?
second. Hear me out. We've weakened our trend line, and now I do expect us crack above. I'm saying. Come on, man. This is where we do the witchcraft. You know what? Look,
I'm with you. I'm jumping into shop, though. Shop till I drop. I took a little bit of shop.
Carvana did go ahead and halt up, apparently. Let's go ahead and check that one out. CVNA. It looks like a halt up at 1602s.
Guys, I'm long shop. Just want to let you guys know I'm long shop there at 5134.
See, we weakened our trend line. We made it less strong, and then we just got to pop above, but we need to pop to 201.82s to lock in the gains that we want.
Not the time.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Right?
Are we coming down?
Zunaid giving me the FOMO over here.
I'm just saying, man,
I felt it, Zunaid. I felt it. I felt the FOMO.
For anyone that's watching for the first time today, they're like, what the is all this?
Yeah, Zunaid is on some, he drank someone slipped him some coffee last night, even though you don't drink some.
I had a friend of mine, she takes drip drops or whatever.
Drip drops.
So I had some last night. Maybe something's in it that's carried over to this morning. I'm not quite sure. Drip,
drop, drip. Let's see if Amazon can stop coming down here. Like put it in the bottom. Start coming back up.
Well, shoot.
Or will it cut through the 100 today? Could cut through the 100 today, right?
Ooh-wee.
Could cut right back through the 100.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and be silly. Am I going to be silly? Maybe I'm going to be silly. I don't know.
Silly Nilly?
I don't know if I want to be silly. A part of me, you know what? No, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. What I'm trying to debate, chat, is I've got things to do later today, so I'm not going to be able to trade because I get ready for my trip. And I want to just kind of go for a quote-unquote home run trade. Since I was only able to get 25 shares, I kind of want to move my take profits all the way up there. Let me make sure I don't do that just yet, but it's fine. I will take the $40 if we get them, which, we're about 30-40 cents away from making that happen. Let's go to lock in back on Tesla as we have closed a 5-minute candle above it. Maybe we get a retest to around here, and then we get that movement to 201.82s. Now, here's the thing, though. If I had like 50, 60, 70, 100 shares, whatever, I would absolutely go ahead and close half the position because our 1-to-1 has been met. And then the rest, I would go and let it ride for a 2-to-1 type trade that we're currently looking for at 201.82. So, again, I know you're thinking, what is going on here? This guy's trading 25 shares. Well, look, no matter how many shares you're trading, the thought process is the same. The mechanics are the same. Thank you for correcting yourself. It is hopium and nothing else that we want. Actually, we don't even want hopium, to be honest. Ryan, if you're watching, I apologize for disappointing you, pal. But 201.03 is here now on ticker TSLA. Is Tesla's new support 200? Well, let's check it out. To me, the new support on Tesla is more so kind of like this 190. What is this? 199.28 area, right? Because it kind of keeps wicking, doesn't quite break it. So I would say you've got a little bit of a support area and not necessarily just one little thing whatsoever. Someone's mentioning F as in Ford, as in this company has been I don't want to say a failure, but like just look at this.
Added on that pullback and shop.
Whoops, something just went ahead and got filled. And what was that? It was our AI selling over, and we went ahead and locked in the gains on ticker AI. So that's a nice little trail for us. And you can see, again, little drawing, holding up to the upside. Same situation we wanted on Tesla. Look how close it came. No, look how close it came. We're looking to take gains at 201.82s, and the highest candle was 216. 201.73s? No, 201.74s, excuse me. So we missed it. We missed it by 6 cents. The life of a trader. And that's
The life
not
of a
a
trader, right?
backstabber, but more of a stock guy. Nonetheless.
Keeping an eye on here to see if we're going to get an up move here in shop. Want to add to the position here. We get it back into the 30s. Did Amazon stop going down? Yeah, it did. I like that outlook there. Amazon maybe, shop. I'm adding to shop one last time here. Average is 51.31. Want to hold off the 51.15s, and I want to get Amazon also here on a pullback. Amazon to 150. I like it there. Have to hold off the 125s.
I will say though, I want to make sure that I
it's
just
already going.
Practice. The same
Amazon's
time
already pushing. Not gonna be able to grab
Amazon,
that.
and you've also got Carvana with a nice unhalt here, pop to the upside. I think it was halted at around 1602s. Now currently trading at 1632 and continuing. You talked about Amazon. Let's quickly take a look at that one. Amazon didn't quite come to. Actually, it did by about 9 cents to $100. Nice little pop above. 101.50s is a resistance that I'm keeping an eye on. That's actually the reason that I wanted to go ahead and try to get this one short, which is what we did. Faloona now 16, 17. It's not quite back at 15s. That's where you can expect a little bit of support possibly on Carvana. You can see the resistance there popped above. No retest has occurred just yet. Tesla still about 60 cents away from our take profit area.
Looking at the Google reversal for the upside here, it doesn't look too bad. You got triple bottom off of the 101 level. So if that cracks on the downside, be careful. But looking at it right now, it doesn't look that bad at all here for a reversal. We'll see what happens there on the Google.
Wow.
See it here on the 5 minute. It has that bottoming action around the 101.10s. Looks interesting for that move back to VWAP, or at least the 102 move.
Sharvy, I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. But yeah, look at this.
Shop, miss it.
On Tesla, my sell target is 201.82. I talked about how I missed it by 6 cents. This one, I missed it by a penny. By a penny on a $200 stock. I can't get my limit fills to make $40. This is atrocious. This is rigged. But by the way, you do have a new little trend line that's kind of brewing up here. Obviously, short term, it's on the 1 minute. We're just having fun with the conversation. But this is atrocious. This is just baffling. Sharvy, got it correct. Awesome.
Shop popped there to 51.50. Wasn't able to take some profit. Going to look for it to get above that 51.50 here on the expansion above. Let's see if it gets towards 51.60s, and then that could be the expansion towards 52. We'll see if we get that move. On the daily chart, we could come back here towards at least 53, I think, on the day. We start getting this uptrend continuation. So let's see if we can get the breakout to the upside there in shop.
Bro, there's no way on God's green earth this is happening to me again. Are you serious? Here's another one. To the penny we go, and I don't get filled. Matter of fact, I think this one might have been. Yes, it was. This one was 2. You can see the highs. Thank the Lord Almighty. We went in and got filled. 2-to-1 trade works out on ticker TSLA. And I want to talk about why I took it this trade. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Let's go ahead and erase all of our drawings for now. It went ahead and crossed up above 200. I gave it about $1 of wiggle room. The stop loss went ahead and did not hit. It held the 200 and we up to the upside. We played this one twice. We made money on the first time, made money on the second time as well. It was a 1-to-1 trade the first time, almost a 2-to-1 trade the second time. So we made about $75 on this one, and now it's looking to make new highs, and there are new highs: 202.65, 202.68, 202.71 on Tesla.
Carvana continuing, Lucid coming back through the VWAP there. That doesn't look too bad on my end. Now that Tesla especially taking that leap forward, I'm willing to take my shot here on Lucid. Taking a little bit here, willing to add on pullbacks. Going to look for it to expand above 12. Really, that's what I want to see. I think some people let this go right now. Stop watching it. Let's see if it takes off here. I also started looking at that Google trade, right? Because it did look good there off the 101.50s there for it to come back to VWAP and then expand above. We'll also look to see if Amazon can continue going higher, right? I looked at that for reversal. Does it do the VWAP rejection and come right back down? something to keep in mind. SPY overall now to 414.14. I think we're going to start getting a drive in the SPY. A lot of that gives me the confidence because a lot of people taking those Tesla trades, right? Look at that. Now continuing 202.61, based around 200. We talked about that. Wooded base there. You got your base. Let's see if it keeps pushing. What's your outlook there for highs of a Tesla? Next highs, what are you looking at?
On ticker TSLA, let's go ahead and lock back in on that one. The area for me, honestly, there isn't necessarily one. Let's go ahead and look at the 65-minute. Still nothing necessarily there. You've got the 205s and the 210s that to keep an eye on. But I ain't going to lie to you. I'm done with Tesla. There's not much here for me to play. Sure, if it comes back to 200, I'd be interested. But besides that, I'm good. 205s is the only area to keep in mind. But besides that, I'm good. I'm chilling. Here's AI popped above. We already sold there. Don't think I have any other positions open. No, I do not. So I might just kind of chill, hang out. There's nothing much else that I'm interested in.
Well, chill, hang out, relax. Just another day in the life.
Yeah, I'm gonna check some slacks, you know?
Just slack out, you know? Slack
out.
out.
It's been a hectic night.
Slack out, bro. Slack out, man.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I already got
slack.
2 emails I gotta respond.
Slack hard, bro. XOM short says Charvy. I remember I had one of those swings on. How's it doing on the day? It's starting to break a little bit. We'll see if it actually breaks down. Market trying to go a little higher. At Lucid, that's 1176. Can it get a nice little push for me? I'll look to see if it pushes towards 12. We'll take some at the pop of 12 and then sell the rest of it if it can continue pushing. The reason why I'm going with this one is just the Tesla up trade. Should be helping Ford, should be helping GM. You guys can see that. GM higher, Ford higher, right? Tesla higher, right? Will this keep pushing some of these vehicles? You could even look at maybe FSLR to get the push. We'll see if that continues higher. Shop looking for that continued through 5160s. It went up there right to 5160s, turned around. Let's see if I could take that out. Give them a little push above this high on the day, 5172. SPY overall continuing higher. Now, in my case, right, I think we could look for this 15-minute to start closing above this. So if it could close above 414.25s on pullbacks, we could get that expansion up higher in the overall market. We're at 414.29. Let's see if we get that expansion up. There's the SPY to 414.50s. Now let's see if we start getting that expansion from the stocks out there and get that continuation move. Yes, XOM is showing intraday weakness to the SPY. Just remember that there's always also an inverse relationship sometimes with technology. That's the only thing I'd mention. But like always, you choose your own investment advice. And you can see technology going up today, XOM coming down. When XOM was going up yesterday, it was actually when technology was coming down a little bit. But it's interesting to keep watch on that style relationship. XOM, I think, is also going to really be important on what happens with WTI. Do we go back into the 80s? Do we stay in the 70s? Do we go to the 60s? All different outlooks there in oil. All right, Hendricks, you're being a little much today. Come on. Keeping an eye on to see what happens here, if we can get the continued lift or not. SPY went right back below that 414.25. You can see it on the 3. Looking at it on the 15, really, if it can close above that. We opened this candle at 10:15, so looking for this to kind of get through towards 10:30 and give you that expansion above. We'll look to see if we get it. Lucid, can I get the push to 12? I'm looking. There's Lucid starting to push there into the 80s. Can we get the push towards 12? Look to see if we get that next extension up. What's going on out there, team? Smash the like button. Let's go. In sound at 387. What you got?
Well, I was just taking a look at Carvana's. Yeah, that one's cracking down below 16s once again. Again, if you want to try to get into this one, check it out. Check it out at 15s, and you can have yourself about a 50-cent stop loss in case this one does not want to continue dropping after that support level as hell. Let's go ahead and check something here. Yep, that's a little too low. So if you wanted to, you could, but it's not the best support area, but something if you really want to scratch an inch.
SPY not helping. It came right back down here. That's just how these trades are often going. Every time we feel like we got a direction, the algos wash it down on us. So we'll see what happens here. If we get that next uplift, SPY is already back down below VWAP. Just as quickly as it gets above, breaks through the range, just as quickly, if anything quicker, it goes right back to the VWAP. Just shows you the style of market that we're in right now, team. Shot getting down there to 520, 5120s now. Got to keep it tight here. Don't want it to break the 5110s. 5110s will get me out. All right, looking at Lucid here to see what happens on this one, if it's going to come back up through the VWAP or not. It's an important level to watch here.
Sorry, give me a sec. I got to respond to some emails.
You're good. Are those fib levels on your charts? It depends. Are you watching on Zunaid?
On me?
Probably
no.
got the webs.
Yeah. So for me, these are, I can just quickly address it. No, these are not fib levels. So for example, this is me manually drawing them. The reason I have this one drawn is because you can see that was kind of like the pre-market low that we had, and you can see how many times we bounced and wicked. So I've got this area set at the 413s. If we go ahead and crack it, give me a sec. If we go ahead and crack this one and we kind of come to the upside, then I want to go ahead and be short. So no, these are not fib levels. These are just support and resistance areas that I've drawn out from previous trading action. But it's all you, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and answer the Slack here.
You got it. All right, looking around here. Let's see. Lucid now pulling back here. It's back towards 1170. Don't want it to really break down through that 1170. Would like to see it hold, especially 1168s. If that goes, I'm out. SPY overall just playing games, pulling back through the VWAP. Now trying to recover VWAP. We'll see if it gets there. How's Tesla overall? Back down towards 201.75, but still above the 202. Google, how's that? Google pulling back, right back down, rejected the VWAP, now back down towards that 101, could crack through there. So just be careful on that. All right. See what happens there on Lucid. Just keeping an eye on the stocks here to see if we're going to get a bounce in like Microsoft and Google, or are we going to get flushed right back down to the lows? How's Amazon? Could reject the VWAP now and come right back down, or is it going to come above? We'll see.
Excusez-moi.
Baba's just been ugly today.
Yeah, had a nice little pop up, and then just to the downside, that 110 has been rejecting.
Yeah, man.
All right, now take a look at this. So you've got Baba here. If we go ahead and look left, you've got a little bit of support that came in yesterday for the bounce. And what do you know? That level, that area has held once again. If we go ahead and crack this 103.73, you can be interested on a retest and then try to take this puppy to the downside on ticker BA.
I stopped out of shop, a little bit annoyed, was up more than this earlier, but was looking for the expansion move above, not getting it. Right now, one thing I'm noticing is, and I don't do this often, team, I really don't, but it's looking like we're going to have to trade more and more within the range. And that's not necessarily good for traders overall, because that's easily how you can get a lot of algorithms to win if you're trading within the range. But it just seems like to me, as of late, the algorithms have made this market so volatile that if you're trying to play continuation moves, it usually isn't working. Just look at the move that we got yesterday in the SPY when we went like freaking to the moon and then right back below the support. Not too many traders are going to be able to hold through this type of action. right? Like, look at that action that you got in the SPY yesterday. You went from down there to 408, back up to 415, back down below the 408, then recovered, then came back to that 408, and then recovered. Nah, I'll tell you right now, algos are winning, man. If you guys love AI, well, guess what? AI is going to be trading for you because it seems like it, right? Seems like the algos are winning as of late. We'll see what happens.
Algo. Here's another example of kind of looking left, right? So this is Meta. You had the 187.85 that was holding on to support for dear life for so long. Then once it finally cracked, you got to retest and then kaput to the downside. Now you kind of wait for the 185s to go ahead and hold support and see how that kind of plays out. But Tesla here still holding on to the 200s, currently trading at 202s and trying to make new highs. It's got to get above the 203 area to do that. And Nvidia just kind of consolidating for the past hour since market open between these two ranges here. We'll see if that one can kind of crack above 228s. If it does, you can try to go to the long side on that one. Here's Google still trying to battle, has not broken the $100.50 area, but if it does, of course, $100 should be approaching. And again, that 102 holding on as resistance, hasn't quite tested it yet, but you can kind of look left and see that that was support. Now it's acting as resistance. However, it has not tested it just yet.
Meta in the red today. That doesn't look too bad on the red side. Looks like it wants to continue down through 186 now. We'll look to see if it gets that next low. Amazon, will this start rejecting and get back to the red? Could reject here. Be 101.25 going down towards 125. Doesn't look too bad off of that level there. Already got it cut through, so it had to chase it here at the 190s. Took me a second to pull it up there. See if we get a little bit of a bounce there. This market just starts to chop around a lot. You can see the SPY is right back down to 413s. The chop market continues. Chop, 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 and then all of a sudden algos win.
When we talked about the futures early on to start the show, we said you got to keep an eye on this 41.50 area. If that doesn't crack, I wouldn't go short. You can see how well that's held. But now we're coming right back down to go ahead and test this area of 41.50s. If that cracks on the retest, you can go ahead and go short. Boy, these emails just don't stop coming.
They don't stop, man. Two stop outs today. We'll see what happens. At least keeping them really tiny here. We'll see what happens during the rest of the day. Big pullback there now. SPY starting to come down. Looks to me like short opportunities out there. I'm going to look to see if I can get a little bounce here in Amazon. Looks like it wants to come back down. I can see Google probably cracking through that level right now. There it goes. Just cracked right now. We'll look to see if that starts coming down. Sounds crazy to me, but it seems like Tesla could be a short from here. You'd have to hold off a 202.16, but that'd be really risky. We'll see if the SPY actually starts breaking down for real. This could just be a test down, right? I mean, there's been so many of these fakes to the downside.
So you've got a crack on the SPY. Low a day. There it goes. Now I want to wait for this.
Lower.
Now I want to wait for this 5-minute candle to close, and we can get a retest, and then we can look to go short on the SPY.
Call me crazy, but I'm short the Tesla.
All right, what's your entry looking like?
201.05. Risk off to 202.16. Just about a buck. Small share size to begin with, right? Like always. One of the things with Tesla is that I don't like to do is go in immediately with big sizing. It's an easy way to see that just get kind of pushed right back into your levels. All of a sudden you get pressured immediately. It's kind of more of that instant gratification trade. It needs to cut through 200, start cracking down. it cracks 200, it won't be too bad. You start taking a little bit of profit. Keep letting it work. It's 230s. Whenever I short Tesla, I'm always really apparent and focused on my levels because it goes by quickly.
Gains?
So it's a little bit through 200, just like if it cuts through 200 right here. Let's get a little bit more. All right, there you go. I just took a little bit. 199.93s. Now I can hold the rest break even and just let it work, right? Like there's no reason to lose on this trade anymore. Just either let it keep going, or at this point, it'll just stop me out break even. It could just keep cracking, right? What we want to see is if the SPY actually is going to break down, right? Look at the SPY now. You're getting this like, and I'm going to call it a fake because lately it's just been fakes, right? To the downside. It hasn't been real destruction to the downside. You are getting that downside action. Now, what you want to see if we're really going to be breaking down is if Apple really breaks down. That one's been really strong, right? Look how Apple's been reacting here. Does it recover? Amazon's been really weak. Does that just crack through the lows? It went right back through it. Remember, I was looking at that 101 type short. It wasn't able to get it there at the 190s. Should have maybe just chased it a little bit off 10 cents. But it went down back towards that 127, trying to get through the low of the day. Google going lower. Is that pushing towards the 100? Yeah, it is. And so this is why we could get a little bit more of a drag, but we really need to kind of see it. Before I really start calling the SPY really kind of taking lows, I think you would have to take out 410s, 409s. Remember how the 409 was so pesky? All right, at this point, what I can do is I can just focus on my Tesla, setting in here a limit kind of stop order to get ready just in case it comes back towards me.
Here's Amazon trying to approach 100 again. Will it break? Will it not?
All right, we'll see if it continues through there. SPY now towards 412.22s. Carvana turned around. I thought that thing was ripping earlier. Pulled back to the VWAP there. AI, back to VWAP also. SPY overall. Let's take a look there. Will it get through the 412s here? We'll see.
All right, I'm going to look to go short the SPY at 412.91. So I'm looking for this support area. Looking for the support area to come back and retest the 413s for the short. And then we can see if we can take a move to the upside. Stop loss on this one, I'm going to risk about $55. Look to take gains. Of around, let's go ahead and go with pip here as well. All right, now we wait for the retest. We be patient. If we get it, great. If not, it's okay. It might just come straight down to the 410s. No problemo. It happens. We didn't get the retest on Google either, remember? As Google is now. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can...
All right. See what's going on here. See if we can get this cut down through. Come on, Tesla. Really cut that 200. Let's see. Let's see. Is it going to cut it? And wouldn't you know it, the SPY just starts like kind of just doing this little sideways move right there. Little sideways action, just like I'm just hanging out, just going a little sideways here below the support. SPY the dippers, man, and those algos, they're tough right now, man.
Well. What do you know? $15 has held on Carvana. It went as low as, what is this? Let's see, the lowest on this candle is going to be $14.94. So 6 cents below 15, but it's holding onto 15s. Remember, I told you guys, don't chase. Wait for the 15 test, and here you got it. Now, where do we go? right? I told you guys to risk about 50 cents. So we're about 30 cents away from the 1-to-1 trade to take effect. And now it's kind of starting to move here a little bit on ticker CVNA.
Wouldn't you know it? Little bounce there. Little bounce
Yep,
there.
and
in
that's
the
what we're
spot.
waiting for.
See if we get the real bounce back towards VWAP. And then it's like, oh, you thought it was going down, didn't you? We'll see what happens. Tesla almost back towards that 201. Could be stopping me out in just a couple seconds. I'm okay if I get stopped out, break even on the rest. That's what the trade's about sometimes. It's not fighting it. There's no point in fighting it, right? I took in some profit. Either the trade continues to go in my favor or it just stops me out.
Trying a bit of a short on Google that it's not working out at the moment. Looking for that $100 to stay as since, but obviously it's not at the moment.
Meta super weak today. Something to note. Super weak today on Meta. That tape doesn't look like it wants to come back. If anything, it looks interesting for a gap fill opportunity on the downside.
I'm going to try to go short Meta here. Risk about 59 bucks or so on this one as it's retesting the support area that it's broken. Now it's retesting it. So let's go back. So I'm short actually 3 trades. This could actually end up giving back all my gains for the day or not. We're up almost 200 bucks. We'll see how it plays out. So here are my 3 trades at the moment. SPY, we're short at 412.91. We waited for the retest. We got it. Stop loss is 413.46. Looking to take gains at 412.36. Meta, we're short here 50 shares at about 185.07 on the retest of the resistance area. Stop loss is going to be about 186.26. Look, gains at 183.88. And of course, Google, you've got the $100 level that we've talked about here as well. Let's see which way this goes. Now, if the 5-minute candles close above these areas, I will look to go out because that's the reason I had gotten in. And then we can see how the 15-minute looks. So I may be out of these trades in less than a minute. We shall see. All depends on where this 5-minute candle closes.
5 minutos. All right, we'll see what's going on there. XOM. How's the oil game? Oil game trying to come back a little bit today. Bouncing a little bit. Financial services strong today, guys. If you're looking for stocks that are bullish and continuing higher right now, it's in the financials. Look at JPM today. Look at Bank of America continuing higher. Bank of America has been an absolute freaking monster since the earnings report. Look at the daily chart on Bank of America. I was noting how it was green, green, green. Can you guys look at this? Look at this trade. This is insane, guys. This has been green for the last 15 days. Sometimes we go looking for trades when we should be looking for trends, right? Momentum is your friend. Look at that. Look at that. 15 days straight up. It's interesting. Interesting to note. JPM doing good. Goldman Sachs. This is how they do it to you guys, right? So a lot of times we get these moves, right? Goldman Sachs was down here off the bottom. I could see those bottoming action. I was like, well, if we could just get above 350. Well, it did get right before the earnings came out. Went right into the earnings. They knocked it down right back towards that support. And then they bought it right back up, right through that high. That's a lot of the times how these banks will do it to you guys. Look at the Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley went up, came back down, sideways action. Now probably looking like it wants to continue. Maybe it gets to 100. Banks staying strong.
Couple of things. I got in on the trades of the shorts of the Meta and the Google because the 5-minute had closed below and then we retested it. Now we're above it. So I went ahead and closed out my trades on those two. Went ahead and took a loss of about maybe 40 bucks on total. We are still short, however, on this SPY trade. Matter of fact, a part of me wants to giddy up and double down. So are we going to do it? You bet you're behind. We are. There's the trade. Another 100 shares short. We're going to make sure now that we go ahead and adjust our stop losses and our take profits here as well. Let's go ahead and close these puppies out here. Stop loss is going to be approximately right there. Risking about 110 bucks to get 110 bucks as well.
Out Tesla there. Took some gains. came back to me, and it could have just stopped hunting me there because I could see how it just went up, 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 2 levels up, and it took me out. So it could have got stop hunted there. It could be coming right back down, but not going to fight it, right? Definitely not going to fight a tape like Tesla. Going to take what I can get and get it going. SPY could come right back down here, so we'll see what happens. I'm still keeping an eye on like Amazon to go a little bit lower through that 100. That looks like it wants to crack. Apple starting to turn back around a little bit. We'll see what happens on that one. Google went through that level, now starting to bounce a little bit. We'll see what else is going on out there. All right, 1042 team. We're almost wrapping up here. I'm gonna try my best there tomorrow to do a little bit of a longer live trading stream, team. So you guys out there, stick around. Tomorrow we're gonna test a little bit more to see how live trading could go a little bit longer. So if you guys want to be here tomorrow, hang out all day, hang out with us.
What time do you say you're wrapping up today?
Just in a few
11?
minutes. We can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
We can wrap up in a few minutes. We don't even have to go to 11. We could wrap up a little earlier than that. Just gonna keep watching what's going on out there right now.
Yeah, taking a look at so look, here's the thing, right? To me, ideally, if I was trying to play a risk reward trade, I would take Google to the long side. Yes, it's down 7%. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. Obviously, it's relatively weak. We all know that. But just because this $100 level, if it holds, you can have a stop loss about 35 cents. But that is puppy trading. That puppy trading is where you take a piss everywhere because you're trying to see like, ooh, opportunity, take a piss, this, that, the other. Not the best way to go. For me, I'm patiently waiting to see if this 5-minute candle closes below 100 so I can go short one more time on that. There it is, cracking 100 there on that one. Another one is going to be Meta. Same thing, cracking below. Might be interested in going short on this one here. Sorry, Slacks just came in here. Let's see how our SPY trade's doing. We're up about $10. That's solid. Now we're about $8. That's not as solid. Now $4. Honestly, I should just stop talking. But let's see how this trade works out as well. Like, we took these trades for a reason, and now we just see if it works out in our favor or not. If it doesn't, cool. If it does, phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And wouldn't you know it, Tesla back down to that 200. So could have got stop hunted on that bounce there. But I'd rather get stop hunted there than try to be reactionary to the Tesla price action. One of the things is when it does squeeze through, a lot of times the offer jumps up really high and I get slippage if I go in between there. But Tesla still looks like it's coming back down, right? 200 is the spot where a lot of support is. If it breaks through that, be careful because you could see the next move down. Just keeping my eye on the market because what does it do? It just starts climbing its way back, right? Even though it tried to make the down move there, now it's just going sideways here. We'll look to see if we actually get the next leg move down or leg move up. We still haven't seen that happen right now.
Right, here's Google.
7% on the day.
Yeah, and we're going to take it one more time. Let's see, right? Same kind of strategy. Let's see if it works out. Obviously, it did not the last time. Meta, let's see how that one's going out. Meta's above. We're not going to touch that one, but we're going to go ahead and play with Google here. Short 100 shares. Let's have a stop loss right over there about risking $51, and we'll look to see if we can get some gains at around 99.36s. This one may come back and test 100 and reject. If it does, obviously we're A-okay with that. Now here is the SPY to the downside. We're up about $60 on this one. Solid 50 cents. Excuse me, not 50 cents. That's a solid 34 cents, give or take. In the money that we are, but we're looking for 412s, 29s. Come on, baby. Just crack this 412.50s and just flush on down like a... Never mind. You get the point.
Like
Here's Google. Here's Google, though. Come on, Google.
All righty.
West. All right, come on, baby. There we go. We got below the 412.50s. Now we got to continue to the downside. Come on. Nope. Don't perk up. Don't do that. Nope. Continue to the downside. 412s, 29. Come on. Oh, man.
For my Natty Gas fans out there, I'm looking to add at 840 and 825 today on UNG. It's pulled back to 847. I'll let you guys know if I get the ads. Average for me right now is 867, just to put it in perspective.
I don't have a good read on Disney. Let me see if...
Disney has earnings today after the bell.
All right. Awesome. Good call out there. Yeah. Don't really have anything clean for me to even try to trade. Apologies on that one. And wow, Spy decides to say, screw you, puppy. I'm about to go right back up. And that's what it does. We were up $60. Now we're not looking too pretty. Yikes.
All right, team. I'm going to take a trade to the upside reversal here on Uber off 34.74s. I'm in here into the 35.03s. Going to look to see if we can come back to the VWAP here. Looking for a reversal action in Uber as it's pulled back massively towards the 34.75 area. We'll look to see if it can hold that, come back to VWAP. VWAP would be 36. That's a point upwards for a 25-cent risk. Can we get the up move now? Wouldn't you know it? That would be the nice one, right? And just buy the dip. Tesla, can that get higher, right? Right now off the 200. Still hasn't really gotten that push back to the upside, though.
Melanie, that's hilarious.
Poor Google. Oh, man. I still want to find out what exactly happened. Did we even find out that? Let's take a look.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, I mean, there's a video. Obviously, I wasn't going to try to watch it during the show, but yeah. What is VWAP? It is a volume weighted average price, which shows you the average price for security adjusted for its volume. Because obviously, if you have a shit ton of shares that were purchased at 100, but only a measly that was purchased at 150, you want to make sure that you kind of get that accurately weighted. But you can go to a lot of different great resources, including Investopedia. And if you just Google VWAP define, Investopedia should be one of the first things that pops up. Check it out. I believe they might have a video as well. And you can also, like, for on your brokers in your charts, you can add it. So like for me here, right here, there's VWAP. It's the yellow line right there. I like to not look at it because it kind of makes me a little biased on things. I used to use it a lot, but again, I'm trying to just look at sticks.
Yeah, it takes a look
that way.
It takes a look at every tick and how much volume goes in on that tick, and it calculates that for you.
Rips Cracker, I am new to day trading. Which stock should I buy today? I think there is no better investment than Bed Bath & Beyond. It should be a $20, $30 stock in a year. I'm joking. Please do not actually buy it. I'm 100% trolling. Do not buy it. We don't necessarily tell you what stock to buy. We are day traders here. Mitch swing trades more than I do. And we just, we show you our process. So I don't tell you what to do. Mitch doesn't tell you what to do. We just tell you what we're doing and the reasonings behind it. And if you see us lose money, it is our actual money. If you see us win money, it is our actual money. So take a look at our process and learn for yourself.
The idea always is going to be, we're not here for copycat trading. If you're looking for copycat trading, well, there's other rooms out there that you can copy off of, right? What we're looking for is you guys to actually help each other. What? Yes, I said help each other out there, right? We're looking for a community that can call out targets, call out what they're looking at, why they're looking at certain plays, because that's how we'll all benefit together versus just one of us benefiting. And we all know how a lot of the chat rooms work, right? It's the person that's running the chat room that benefits, and then a lot of the people get screwed. Well, that's not what we're here for, team.
Yeah. And real quick, ENPH, you can see the 220 level is what I had drawn out from a couple of days ago. That support has now been broken. We're retesting that support area. If this holds as resistance, you can go ahead and make a solid amount of money. Now, I'm going to assume this one's a little bit spready. You can see here on the top left, it's got a spread of about 24 cents or so. And now you can see, is this going to hold as resistance and then come back down? If you are going to try to get into this trade, make sure you know what your share size is, what your spreads are, and risk management is key. But thank you for calling it out. That's what I'm seeing right there. Google coming to the downside, baby. Smack down that $100 rejected one more time, but we need another 30 cents or so for this trade to be profitable. Here's a SPY once again rejecting the 413s, but we need a flush. We're up about $80 on this trade. We're trying to go for 110, so we get a nice little stake in Houston when I go for my travels, but this could easily come back up to the upside and take me out, and I could lose $100. Then we can have ramen on my trip. But nonetheless, those are the two trades that I have at the moment. And
Not
yes,
like
all
the
content
action that I'm getting in Uber should have already give us a little bit of a pop towards 35.25.
Uber, you saw that trend line break. I was waiting for a breakout of 38, but once this puppy broke, it just was straight downside. You can see right here to the left, you had support, or excuse me, you had resistance at 35. Now that's holding on to that area. What is it going to do though, right? Is it going to pop right back up? Because now you've kind of closed the gap. You've kind of filled the gap. Now do we go up? If you're looking to go long, your stop loss, if I were to take this trade, would be 34.53s. But I'm not interested in this. I'm more so interested in my shorts that are now not working out as great. Oh, there it is. Cool. SPY. Boom. 110 bucks in our pockets. What's interesting is that SPY is now headed down and Google is headed up. So that's something interesting that's happening, something to keep an eye on for me. But nonetheless, y'all see me trading, right? I mean, we're up. We take about 100 shares, 50 shares here, there, that, the other. We're up about 250 bucks here today. Looking to close out on 300 if we can before we wrap up the show. Would be sweet if we can go ahead and get this Google crack of 99.50s.
I'm holding tighter on this Uber because of the way the SPY is reacting, but we could just see it hold 412s, right? So that's another thing that we got to take a look at there on the SPY. It loves to kind of hurt the most, and right now it's kind of faking to the downside. We'll see if it reverses back to the upside.
Tesla crashing. Well, Tesla did go ahead and break 200, and then to the downside it came. Look how much it tried to hold 200 and that 199, and then once it couldn't, it just kaput to the downside. And now the level to keep an eye on here, let's go back to the 15 because I think we talked about this. The level to keep an eye on is going to be this 198. I don't know why my drawings went away, but there it is. Because you had resistance, 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 resistance. Pooh, popped above. Now do we hold this support? Do we hold a support is going to be the question. And then you also need to take a look at the SPY because obviously Tesla is relatively strong as it's up 1% where the SPY is down 0.75%. Is that level going to hold? I've got no clue, which is why I said after I traded it twice, I'm not touching it. I don't have a good read on it. Not going to pay attention to it. Here's the SPY now at 412s. If we break this one, I think we can go ahead and see 411s, obviously. And here we are. Come on, baby. We need about, what is it? We need about 20 more cents on this, Google. Can we get it, please? Pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. Apple showing strength. And it depends what you mean because Apple is actually relatively weak compared to the SPY. Now, if you're talking about, hey, in the last 15 minutes, the SPY has come down, but Apple's gone up. Now, that's a different story. But if you look at SPY, you're down you're down more than 0.5% where you have Apple that is down 8%. So if you look at it in those terms, Apple's kind of weak. Now, if an event happened and news happened, or you see price actions, buyers coming in, options coming in, this, that, the other, then yes, you can see a little bit of a price action that'll be beneficial to you in comparison to the SPY. Now let's take a look at Carvana because we talked about, speaking of options, you've got ticker GH, excuse me. Let's see what this GH is doing here. You've got ticker GH. They're buying the, this could be interesting.
There's a nice little pop for me in Uber back to 35.17s. Gonna try to get above here towards the 35.50s before taking some profit. See if I can get it up there.
I want to see if I can kind of have a little bit of fun with this one. These options that are coming in, the reason I'm not going too heavy with it is because it's not that much money and it's also out to next week. But you've got ticker GH, Guardian Health. $35 calls coming in on the ask, expiring February 17th, approximately $100,000 worth on this one. So I'm going to take a measly 25 shares just so I can get my itch in, and let's see if this one-to-one trade works out or not. Here's Google, though. Come on, baby. Let's crack that 99.50. Let's crack that 99.50. Come on. Still waiting on that. It's the only trade I have on the table.
All right. We'll see if the SPY starts doing that lovely reversal time where it just comes right back up. So I'm going to look to see if it doesn't break 412 here, comes back up towards the VWAP. It's going to give me more confirmation in my trade on Uber.
And here's what I'll do. I'll move my stops right at about $100.11. Just because now I've already gotten the move that I wanted, but it hasn't quite hit my profit targets. And maybe that's a me problem, but I don't want to lose 50 bucks on it. If it swings the other way, I want that $100 to hold as firm as never mind. And we'll see if that happens here as we're up 30 bucks, but we're looking for 51 on this trade. Amazon, by the way, flirting with the $100. Is it going to crack or not?
Amazon.
As Amazon is relatively weak as well, but obviously Google is weaker.
Weaker?
Oh, I needed to do something here. Let me go to this.
Don't get weaker on me. All right, team. Let's go. Let's
see if I want to go short right there. I can't even. Oh, why can't I?
All right, come on. What you gonna do, SPY? What you gonna do? Get above that 413 level. Come on. Hendrix, come on, man. Hendrix, you got to pay for your own food today. Come on.
You think Ryan has woken up yet?
Yeah. He's right now with the birds, chirping. He has the birds. So
he
the birds
is a
wake him
nature
up.
guy, I believe. And I think hopefully he's got some snow that he can enjoy as well. I mean, he is also an hour behind.
Right? I miss being...
Not because of his intelligence, because of time zones.
I miss being on mountain time. I'm not going to lie. That was so much better. Being on mountain time, working on Eastern time was perfect to me.
I enjoy being on Western time. And yes, I understand you got to wake up at 6 o'clock. And, you already know I struggle with waking up at 8:30. But, man, your day gets done as a trader at 1, if not earlier, then you have the whole day ahead of yourself. So pretty,
right?
Man,
that's why I like mountain. Mountain's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. Okay.
I thought that was
Central,
like perfect.
Mountain, and then that.
I thought that was perfect, right?
Like you wake up on a Sunday and you get to watch football at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right?
So, yeah, I'm in, buddy. Count me in.
All right. I'm going to take some profit here in the Uber trade as we get into the 40s. Just got close there. Come on. Get it up there. 39s. Let's go. Another little click. SPY not going higher though. That's the thing. I need the SPY to click above 413s.
These two just never shut up about themselves. Geez, well, hey, you try talking and doing a show for about 2 hours, and you are crazy if you don't think we talk about stocks more than we talk about ourselves. Come on now, and plus, I'm a handsome fella. I can't talk about myself. Come on. Come on.
I work on myself a lot to talk about myself.
Still wait. You know how tough it is to wake up for a show 7 days of the week? Come on, man.
All right, taking a little profit here, team, because the SPY rejected that move. And so I took a little profit there on Uber just to make sure that we're what? Back into the green, even though I lost on 2 trades. Let's go. It's just barely green, but hey, that's what I'd rather be, right?
Yeah, amen to that. Better green than red. And of course, we went ahead and hit our profits on Google as well. So we are going to close the show up $300 here today. Happy with that. And there we go. Hey, look, we enjoy trolling you just as much. You enjoy trolling us, Ether.
Yeah.
To the downside, we go on Google. But look, in all seriousness, someone's saying short Baba. I mean, shoot, we've been talking about Baba levels of 103.73 being short. So again, we wait for this. You wait for this break, and the reason you go. Matter of fact, let's see what's going on with ENPH.
I kind of like that Baba.
Going right back up. Baba, well, it depends. Where would you go short? Because I got to wait for 103.73. Where would you go short?
I got 105.50s for the VWAP. I like that.
I'm okay with that. I like that. Because you got the VWAP there. And you got the previous close at 105.50s too. So not a bad spot, actually. Too bad. You could risk $1 up to 106 crack if you wanted to, honestly.
Yeah, doesn't seem too bad.
Matter of fact, here, let's have some fun with it. Why not? Let's enjoy life a little bit. Cool. I'll go short 25 shares while I go cook some food up and get on my squawk. There we go. We'll have our stop losses ready to go. 1-to-1 trade, $30 solid. If we lose, I'm going to come back and hunt whoever told me about Baba. Who was it? I'm going to make note of it. Jersey Stranger. All right. If I lose money on this Baba trade, it's on you. It's on you, because then I'll be making less than 300, and that's just going to make me
Baba. La Baba. You know what Baba means in Spanish, right? It's like drool, like Baba.
Baba in Urdu or Hindi means kind of like a father, elder gentleman. So a little different than drool, although he may be drooling as well. So maybe it's a little combination.
Who knows? Who knows?
Thoughts on
there's
US
a SPY
30.
down towards 412s. Be careful. You could get some continuations on the downside. Will Google continue down? Did Amazon get through that 100? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. There it goes. There it goes. Just to let you guys know, on Uber, I am going to get out if it gets through that 35 now. If it gets through that 35, I'm just going to be break even on the rest. Rather just be slightly into the green today than keep pushing it. Right? I had some shots. Tesla overall, that one's an interesting one. It just recovered VWAP on the 200. The bulls are fighting that 200 right now. Look at the chart in the middle here. Look at this Tesla.
Yeah.
How they're just fighting that 200.
I mean, yeah, and that's what that's a level that we had identified before as well, right? You talked about how it's going to cross above, and it absolutely did. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-minute, close out the VWAP here, close out. You can see, ooh, baby, would you look at this? Let's go ahead and turn on my charts here. We talked about this 198 being support, right? Look left. You had resistance, 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 resistance. We said keep an eye on this one being support, comes right down to it and bounces up and gives you a $2 trade. And it worked out well for you if you did go ahead and take that one. Now you've reclaimed the 200s. Now you can get a little bit of an upside move if you want to. But again, not going to touch it, not going to do anything with that one. I believe there was a trade I was in. Which one was it? Was it Baba? It was Baba. We're up $1. Solid. We could get some juicy fruit and big red.
All right, team. I want to take a second as we wrap up here to tell you guys about the book club. The book club. Zunaid, are you reading?
Oh, Trading in the Zone. It's right by my bedtime table. Nightstand.
That's what I
think
love
is what
to
the
hear.
cool kids call it.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear, baby. Trading in the Zone this weekend, special time, 4 p.m. for our members out there, 4 p.m. Eastern, because of course the Super Bowl, right? We're not going to miss the Super Bowl, but we can do it beforehand. We can work on our skills. You guys out there, you guys want to improve on your psychological outlook in trading, master the market with confidence, discipline, and a winning attitude. My favorite trading book, of course, Trading in the Zone. We've been going through it. We're now at chapter 6 and 7. If you wanted to read more this year, this is the easy way to do it. Just join the book club. We're going to be going through some great books here. And Baba looking like it wants to give us an opportunity. Can it get there?
Bro.
Can it get there? Baba, I'm going to get ready off that spot there.
As we're wrapping up here, someone asking, do I live in the U.S. or India? I live in the U.S. And yes, I am Desi. I'm a Ismaili Muslim living in the United States. And as you got this Baba trade here coming up, 105.50s as a previous close. If it goes ahead and breaks that, matter of fact, I'd be interested in getting out. I'll risk about $17 on that trade. Link to the book club. I believe Mitch has it. He's going to go ahead and spam it in the chat for you. Follow him on Twitter as well. I know he's been
hold on a second.
talking about it on there. What you got?
I'm trying to focus here. It's doing too much, team. Doing too much. Don't want to make a mistake here. So let me focus in right quick. All right. Okay, there.
Well, yeah, like 1,000 shares of Baba or something? What's going on?
Let's just say I fat fingered there for a second. I had to get out real quick. Team.
Was it Uber?
Oh, no, it was on Baba. I was trying to get short there. And it got short a little bit too much there. And I was like, oh, no. Keep that simple, Mitch. Keep that simple. I just closed it all out. I can get back in it.
And that's the thing. Once you realize you fat finger, don't just get out, right? Because that's not what your game plan was. You don't want to ruin anything. Just go ahead and get out. Speaking of which, I know we're gonna
don't want to ruin the day because just an error right now. Oh man, that could have been bad, team. That could have been bad.
Yeah, but anyway, I know we're
this nervous laugh here.
I know we're wrapping up the show and things like that. So I just want to get the folks know, obviously, I think, folks that have been watching know that I usually don't trade on the show on Fridays. I am going to take a couple of weeks off of live trading because I do other work on Benzinga of the affiliate program and helping with BZ Pro. And I've been struggling with it, especially with my esports season coming back up. There's only so many hours that I can dedicate to Benzinga. Then I got to take care of my mental and other stuff going on in life. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But I, wanted to go ahead and start talking about stocks and things like that more, which is why I made the Twitter handle that I did. I've been a little scared to put out content because I don't know. It's, when you're talking about stocks, you're talking about other people putting money and different things like that. So I always try to be very, very careful. So I'm going to try to do that though. So if you guys want, you can hit that follow button on there and inshallah, I'll be back. I'm sure a little bit earlier to trade with you guys as well. But, y'all are obviously in good hands. Definitely join the book club, though, because I'm definitely going to be continuing reading that on my flights and different things like that. But if you guys have any questions about tradings or anything like that, feel free to DM me right there, and we can have some fun together. But Mitch, it's been a pleasure, buddy, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Have a good one, my friend. Yeah, and Zunaid might be taking a little bit of a break here from his live, but that's just to get his mindset right. He'll be back, team. No stress. Like always, we're always trying to improve our skills, and you guys out there, figure out ways. What are the ways that you can make improvements? We'll see what happens today. I'll look to keep adding on, of course, the UNG swing trade. Still looking to get short on Baba at the 105.50s. I just got a little bit too excited there. So what I did was I got out of the trade, reestablished, made sure I got my orders in correctly here. I'll let you guys know if I do get into that Baba. Uber still holding that 35, going to hold to that 35. If it can come back to VWAP today, that's a move closer towards 35.80s. I'm going to look for that move. We'll see what happens if the SPY can recover back up, right? It's trying to hold the 412 right now. If it can hold 412s, I think we could get the recovery move back to the VWAP. If that does let go, maybe the Uber cuts me out, right? I do have a swing on UNG. Tried to add today at the 840s, was not able to add at 840s. It did go to 845, but to each his own. If you guys like that natural gas trade or not, I'm taking my shot off of 8. I've talked about it multiple times. I'll expand on that on today's, of course, stock market movers. So if you guys want to check out that, you guys can always come to stock market movers. That's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, where I always ask an expert about what's going on in the market. Right? We'll see what happens today. Can we continue higher? Tesla was my trade of the day watch, right? Through 200. Wasn't able to get it, but at least Zunaid was able to nail it down, right? And I hope that you guys were able to catch that Tesla trade. And just like always, we got to be flexible, right? For a while there, I was even shorting Tesla. I even shorted today and made some money on Tesla. I think like always, you got to determine how you go and attack things. Understand risk, reward. Understand how you're going to go after this market. And like always, it's never going to be one way. Find out what works best for you guys. Hit the thumbs up if you guys enjoyed today's action. And like always, check out tomorrow. I'm going to try my best to go a little bit longer for us. And I want you guys all to hang out all day long. We're going to go ahead and try to keep going. I'm going to take a little bit of a lunch break, of course. Man, got to eat. But I'm going to even do some more swing trading for you guys. I'm going to be working more and more to probably just bring my size even just a tiny bit more down so that it could take even that much more quantities of these swing trades that you guys are calling for. I know that you guys out there want to see more swing trading outlooks. We're going to get deep into it. I'm going to bring on traders that do more swing trading, right? Kristen Fromhertz, traders like that. We're going to be bringing them on. Smash the like button. We'll keep going, team. And like always, up next, you guys have AB. AB will be on talking about, is this market going back down? Find out on Benzinga Live. That's going to be coming up next. Hit the like button, team.